We are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get up to 25,000 same day instant approval funding without interest rates, no collateral, and no hard credit checks. As well as I'm going to be going over some SBA ADL things, grants information, and a few things what you should be expecting for in the future to set up your business correctly, to continue to build it, grow it, expand it, and even get out of a tight pinch. But before I get started, if you're here on this live, give me a hashtag live in the comments. And or if you're on the replay, give me a hashtag replay so I know the time interval you are watching. And again, welcome in. Very grateful and humbled that you guys could make it. And at any point that you're watching, and if you have any questions, make sure to leave me it in the comment section. Again, we are going to be covering in this video business funding. That's one of the many topics that I talk about on this channel. So if you follow me for other parts, maybe affiliate marketing, other parts of marketing your business, other opportunities for you to take advantage of, that we are setting to the side for this moment. Now, some things that I do want to clarify, and I was on TikTok earlier, and I had a decent size of an audience, and people were asking me questions. And if you're watching now, you might have been that person. But I want to clear some things up. When people don't get the type of funding that they like, or it wasn't found useful, you'll find every reason to blame the product. When in fact, we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and find what the fundamental problem was, what's the pain, what's causing that, what is the effect of it, and then try to neutralize that and figure out a way around it. So whenever you are having a problem with, maybe it is cash flow, maybe you don't have enough emergency funds to make it for the next week or the next season, or there's another thing that comes up and you're like, oh, I seriously have this amount that I have to pay back and I'm going to suffer in the next month because my equipment blew out, or I don't have enough of staff. I can't hire anyone else. So what was an increase now is going to drop down, and it's going to pivot me in a different direction. So that's all I want to give you. Just some SBA ideal information. I have video content. I won't go too in depth on it, so I'll leave videos to that down below if you're watching this later on YouTube. And all the links for everything that I'll be covering here will be down below, so make sure you refer to that. But the reconsideration letter, I know some of you guys have commented, and I'll try to get back to you guys. I have a lot of people who have been commenting, not only on the YouTube channel, but in TikTok. I'm going to be doing a lot of that this evening. When I'm sitting down on my couch, I'm going to be looking through these different files. So if I can get to you, I will. And if I don't, I'll try to move it for tomorrow or next time. But I do appreciate your guys' time. And be as resourceful. This is what I like to do, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. Be resourceful. Find that information if you can by doing a quick Google search. I know not everything is in there, and I'll give you information that isn't. But in the meantime, while you are waiting, be resourceful. I know we have a lot of things on our day. Michael, you're telling me I got to stack on another thing as opposed to you just giving me the answer? Yes. Okay. So that's what I want to leave you with. SBA IDL reconsideration, the appeal process, how much more time you have left, and all that information, all those goodies. And I'll leave grants also, things you can refer to, some up-to-date ones and what to expect. So now let me jump into the main topic of this video. I'm going to get into the share screen. And let me know too, where are you tuning in from? What are your expectations? What type of funding, maybe if you know what type of funding you want, let me know. What is the funding going to be used towards? That is a huge indicator, along with other things like credits, even revenue-based, and a few other factors that help me determine what type of products you can qualify for, and if you can qualify for more than one, what's on the table. So here it is. Plenty of you have already gotten funding with this program. It is called Bank Breezy, and they are a branch service from David Allen Capital Inc., of where you can get up to $2 million incredibly fast funding within a day or two of approval, funds within a day or two, as much as a week. This is one of my strongly recommended choices for most of you small business owners. Reason being is it doesn't require a high credit score. We only look at a 450 plus FICO credit score for the Bank Breezy service here. And that is very flexible. For the most part, you'll have that. And even if you have a great credit score, a lot of the times you're looking for a different type of funding that you will not qualify for. And if you qualify for it, it doesn't make sense to take it because the purpose of those funds doesn't justify it. So, like I spoke to an individual today, I asked, "What are you using the funds toward?" Like I knew what the revenue is, like it's doing great. The time in business, awesome. Credit score, even better. But once they told me what type of funding they're going to use it for, it doesn't always make sense when you're thinking I need to do a long-term business loan. That's not always the case. It's either one, not available, two, it is available, but it doesn't make sense. And you won't get appropriately the type of funding you need as opposed to going somewhere else. So with Bank Breezy, a business checking account, 6+ months in business, and then all industries are welcomed. The Breezy online process, accept approval amount, link online banking, and review approval terms, sign in the agreement online, and then you receive your funds. Same day, instant approval. If you apply after like 12 o'clock, you can get your funds deposited into your account as soon as the next day. Simple and fair, there are no hard credit inquiries. We just do a soft credit pool. Transparent terms, no collateral is required. Industry-leading early pay discounts, and then you can get more when you need it. The payment history that you have will earn you more. You can receive funds time and time again, and then add-on funds are available, and then you get a personalized account manager. So I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to leave this link in the description if you guys want to check it out if you haven't already. And if you are in the process and you are like, oh no, this is something I can't approve because maybe the payments you feel like are too high, the thing is it's already very high risk. And qualifying you for more isn't going to happen. And that's just the reality of this type of funding. And that's what world you have to live in until you can increase your qualifications and you can get approved for more with more flexibility. But if you're expecting the world and you haven't ever gotten funding online, this is just how it works. So 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the search bar to load because I'm actually looking at a different screen at the moment. You won't be able to see this. Now look folder. And again, I'm linking to this in the description. I'll try to leave it in the comments section. So let me get this here. But basically what happens is you get the chance to get up to 25,000, same day instant approval. And then what do you expect to pay back? Let me move this out of the way. I'm not going to go through the whole list because I'll have a video for this as well down below in the description. But what you can expect to pay back is between 1.19 to 1.69x of your advanced amount. Now let me push this over here. So I put it in the comments. You should be able to see that. This is a 1.19 to 1.69 your advanced amount. So let's say, for example, here you want 25,000. Well, at the minimum, you would expect to pay back $29,750. And then 25,000 times 1.69 at the highest, a $42,250. In the middle, somewhere between 1.49 or so, that's a $37,250 payment. So are these expensive? They can be. Are they worth it? Subjective to you. Would it be helpful? Again, subjective. Does the benefit exceed the repayment? I spoke to many people today who said yes, it does. And I understood their business, I understood their needs, who they are, and it makes sense. You might not be in a situation where you can't take that amount because the repayment would be too high. It might hurt your cash flow. Or you have great revenue, like I've spoken with people, but they accepted too much for a certain equipment or more than one equipment, and it just didn't make sense. So you could look at it either way, but what you're projecting to do, how that funding can help turn things around, it can increase your profitability, it can keep you stable from month to month, and it won't hurt your cash flow, then it makes sense. So that is relative to the person. And usually what you would expect to pay back, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. What you would expect to get paid back in return, these are daily, sometimes weekly automatic micropayments. This way you don't go into a default. You don't have to worry at the end of the month taking out a huge lump sum where you're like, oh, I didn't think I'd have to pay that much. Instead, you get a daily fixed automatic micro payment that you can pay back, and we never give you something you cannot handle. And a lot of people, this is where they flip the switch and it turns off because you expect to get these weekly, these monthly payments, but it goes back to the point of, can you qualify for it? And if you do qualify for it, what are you using your funding towards? Like I spoke to people, they were like, well, I just need to hire an employee. And you want longer terms? And then getting to understand a little bit more behind that. Some people, it would make sense, but like over 90% of that, no, unless you're hiring a bigger staff of people. And let's say you're expanding at the same time. And you're like, well, I'm actually going to need some type of a monthly payment for all of that, and then I got to purchase some more equipment, then we're speaking something different. Then we're in a different category. But for the most part, these are very helpful to get. Now let me put it back on the screen here. So I just went over how it would partially work, what you're expected to pay back daily, sometimes weekly automatic micro payments. You get in better standing, you make the payments, you make more than 50% or all of it in less time. And that also tells our lenders like, hey, we can actually approve you for more and we can extend the terms. But if you're expecting out of the gate to get something like of a 18-month term, but your revenue and your credits and other factors don't permit that, then I'm going to make sure you have that information on hand. I don't want you to think ever that like, oh, you do 5K, I can get you 100K. If somebody does that, it's usually very fraudulent. So instant approval, same day funding with Bank Breezy. The link is in the comments. And again, if you've gone through this application process, I'll have a video to show you what to expect in this automation. Let me see if I can open it up on screen actually, but I put another video. No, I'll actually leave it like this. There'll be a video down below later on when I update the sections on what you must go through in the application process. But this is the page you're going to come to. It's a partnership with Biddy Advance, so we can get you better deals, we can get you better early payoff discounts, and many, many more benefits. And that's the substitution as going to us as opposed to somebody directly. And that goes the same either way if you're talking about different lenders like Credibly, On Deck, maybe Rapid Finance, a few other ones. Instead of going directly, you get a lot more benefits and a lot more help. Even better terms, even better rates, paybacks, and so much more. But this is what you'll expect to come to. And then please complete the basic information below to see how much funding you'll qualify. And again, the video I'll link to down below will show you the application process. But that's going to really cover the gist of this one video that I wanted to go through to let you know that this Bank Breezy option is there. And let me show you too that you can get business capital up to 2 million also with the David Allen Capital up to 2 million program. Now we'll give this a second to load. So maybe there'll be a page where you come to like this. Many of you who have gone through this have seen it. And qualification is simple. Do you qualify? And there's a bit of that information. Why are we better? What will be the costs? How do our providers compare? And then our easy business capital, pricing per dollar and basic qualifications. The origination fee, very common of what you're going to see there. That I won't cover all this. I have a different video where I go even more in depth into the program. But that, for the most part, is what I wanted to show you, that you have this Bank Breezy up to 25K program. And if you needed more than 25K, we can get you for up to 2 million. And again, that depends on the qualifications. We do verify bank statements. We want to know the type of deposits, how many deposits. We want to just check that information and make sure it lines up. And there are other options out there if you can qualify for, but like I said again, they're not always a necessity. We always think we want longer terms when in fact we don't need them. And there are many other things to look at in the process, but I'll leave more information again down below in the description for SBA ADL grants and more info for you to get the ball rolling. This way you can continue to move your business forward. And don't get upset about what you can get approved for right now, because that can change in the future. And then be appreciative of what you have and what you can use it towards. And then you can always come back and get more funding. Don't look at it as I didn't get it all up at once. Say I got this amount, but then I can come back in about 45 days, 2 to 3 weeks, or however much that is, and then get more. So that's the way you want to look at things. Now, that's everything from me. I appreciate your time for being here. And again, look in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And then click that bell notification icon. And if you found value from this and you'd like to share this with others, please do so and give it a thumbs up as well. Thank you. Bye.